This video is brought to you by Extreme Tees. If you like what you see, click on the link below this video and put Kevin in the promo code and you'll get yourself a 20% discount. So Rama, how was your new year going so far? Good, we hope. It's been tough, hasn't it? Lots of us have woken up and smelled the roses, and some of us smelled coffee instead. But all of us have realized how quickly time's rushing past. You're that much closer to retirement and that much closer to not earning. But in the meantime, you've got some catching up to do, huh? With crypto and the markets risky right now, and inflation running over 8%, where are you going to put your money to keep up and beat it? You might want to talk to an expert from Noble Gold and run through the options of keeping your money safe. No pressure, no hassle, and no call center. And this month, Noble Gold is gifting away a 1/10 ounce solid gold American Eagle coin with any qualifying plan that you start. So just speak to someone who knows what they're talking about for once. Now, how good would that feel? And all you got to do is call 877-646-5347, or you can visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Now, let's get to this video. I like to psychoanalyze things, I like to break that mess down. And you can expose a lot of crap when you understand the psychological manipulation that comes from certain human behavior. Humans aren't that difficult to study, to break down, to observe. If you observe something or someone long enough, you'll start to pick up on some patterns, some behaviors that just through observation. Humans have developed all of these methods of going through life to help make their life easier. And they use these tools for manipulation, whether they know it or not. Sometimes when, there's an argument between a parent and a child, or if there's an argument between even a husband and a wife, you'll find that they will take on different roles to bring out manipulation or win their argument. In fact, if you look at the normal form of communication, there's three forms of communication. There's peer-to-peer, which means I am respecting you as an adult. I'm talking to you. I'm not belittling what you're saying. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not demeaning you. I'm not commanding you to do this or that. I'm sharing ideas, thoughts. I want you to listen, respond. I'm respecting your opinion. Then I'm giving counter arguments. And I'm not allowing other unspoken communications to interfere with that. Meaning this. Even though you might say one thing, people are going to look at your body language. They're going to look at you. They're going to listen to your tone, the inflections in your voice. So to really be able to get your point across, you almost got to consciously make sure you're not sending other signals that will make that person interpret what you're saying incorrectly. Even things like this. I used to do some counseling, and people would be like, I got to tell you something, but it's real embarrassing. And I'm like, don't worry about it. Just tell me. You're not going to embarrass me. I'm not going to look at you differently. And they might tell me something that is pretty interesting, but all it would take is this. If my eyebrow goes up, like, what? That spoke louder than my words. That eyebrow means he just judged me. Now I'm going to go ahead and withdraw. I'm not going to say another word because that eyebrow spoke everything. Now, I use all these facial expressions when I'm dealing with this crap because I want everybody to know that's stupid or that was whatever. But if you really are trying to have a good dialogue with somebody, you try to be conscious of that, because other than that, you're blocking the communication. So when you look at how folks communicate, you'll go either peer-to-peer, or you're going to communicate child to parent is trying to dominate the other person, not share, exchange information like they're their peer, but to dominate them like they would be a parent. You know what your problem is? You need to do this and that. See, if you would just do that right there is not a good look. Nobody wants to feel like, wait, you and I are friends, but you're talking to me, excuse me, like you're my dad, almost swallowed down the wrong pipe, or like you're my mom. Okay. Now, people use these things for manipulation. Then the other form, the third form, is child to parent. So let's just say you and your wife got a little discussion going on, and she feels like maybe she's at a disadvantage on this one. So to compensate, then you revert to operating like a child. Fine, then go ahead, just do what you're going to do. I don't never get to say nothing anyway. I mean, shoot, if it was up there, I'll never. That right there is you reverting back to a childlike state, hoping to manipulate the emotions of your partner. And with me, because I know some of these things, I'm able to sniff that doo-doo out when I see somebody starting to do that. And I'm like, so you're going to go ahead and try to, throw a tantrum, hoping that that's going to back me up. You're going to start doing that mess, hoping that I'm going to be like, now, okay, I didn't mean it. I take it back. You're not selfish. No, if you're selfish, I'm going to still let you know you're selfish. I think that move right there, whatever you did was selfish, honestly. And I don't care if you say, fine, I always got to be the dummy then. I'm like, that doesn't bother me. That's not moving me. That's not going to make me back up off my position. In fact, I'm going to need you to pull it all the way back together and talk to me like an adult. Same thing with the peer-to-peer, child. Folk come at me like, you know what your problem is? I'm like, how about let's start off with this, that finger in my face. That's my first problem. Yeah, the tone that you're using is the first problem. So now, you know who is masters of this, guys? The Democrats. These folks never present arguments peer to peer. They're always coming out, just throwing these arguments out there, statements in either child to parent or parent to child. Either they barking down your face, telling you this, telling you that, or they're going way over the top, exaggerating, blowing up stuff. We all gonna die. Man, this is racism, this is this and that. So now we got to do a little psychological experiment and point out all of this stuff using Tucker Carlson, who focused on this last night. Now, once you identify these things, you can never unsee them unless you purposely try to. And the Democrats are masters of this manipulation. So Tucker, let's get into our psychological experiment and evaluation for tonight.
If you ever had kids in middle school, you know what sustained emotional drama looks like. Everything's fairly placid up until about 7th grade, and then the 4 horsemen of the adolescent apocalypse arrive. Hormones, homework, dating, and acne, and things get very volatile very fast. The main symptom of this period of childhood development, apart from door slamming, is wild overstatement. No longer is anything okay or not very good. No. Even the mildest inconvenience is transformed into a horrifying world-ending disaster. The Titanic meets Vesuvius plus Y2K. 4 minutes late for school is the single worst day of my life ever.
That's right. Y'all know we all been there. We all been there. You don't start just in the middle. You like, started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my big problem's right here. I was teaching in middle school, and that was one of the very first times I thought that I was gonna crack. I thought I was gonna lose my mind. I'm a pretty mentally stable guy, but I was under a lot of stress one day, and my principal and vice principal was in my room, down my back. Parents was coming in for teacher conferences, and about 4 little girls came up to me, and all I was, and I'm standing there, and I'm looking back and forth. It was like, and she knew I was dating him, and she's trying to ruin my life, but she's not. And they saw it in the eyes. They saw a snap. They saw that moment where I couldn't keep it together. I'm looking back and forth. And then all of a sudden, you ever seen somebody look off in the distance, but they really ain't focused on nothing? I'm looking and I just said, I couldn't even say another word. I was just looking. The problem was in my head, I had visions. Those visions weren't good. Those visions was me choking each one of these little girls. And I got scared. I said, you know what? You get real calm then. I was just like, kids, Mr. Kevin's not well right now. I'm gonna need y'all to just walk away and give me a minute. They do it right there like, okay, he got the crazy eyes. He's looking at us, but he's not. I'm sitting there like, kids, Mr. Kevin's sick. I'm not well right now. I need y'all to give me a minute. They was like, yeah, we're gonna get this through the minute. Almost lost my cool because every single thing was over the top. My life's ruined. And you know what? And I'm going, in about 5 days, this won't matter. Kids cannot understand the difference between big problems and little problems. They always start with every little problem is big, which reminds me of a group of politicians too. God bless y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos. Also, don't forget to donate if you like Kevin's Corner. There are links in the bottom of this video. Check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like the products, put Kevin in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. And what else? Oh, find me on Rumble in the Jungle. All right, God bless you all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.